Yeah, welcome to the podcast. It's your boy, Hood the Filmmaker. Yusef Hood. Yo, I realized early on that I like to work in crowds. I don't know what it is about crowds that make me be able to sell or talk to a lot of people, the speed, you know what I'm saying, that it is with a bunch of people coming past. I noticed that a lot of my films in the past have a lot to do with crowds, you know what I'm saying? Just like the accumulation of a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? All these brains coming together and just kind of sometimes even being wild, you know what I mean? Acting crazy, people sometimes do, and I film it or whatever. And even today, while I'm selling products, I'm actually around crowds every single day, walking through the streets. You know what I'm saying? They living their life, they doing what they doing, and then they connect with me, and then it's like, man, all of the beauty of what millions of people do, millions of people think separately and how they operate. You know what I'm saying? When they come close and in contact with you. Nowadays, working like that, I've met so many people. I've literally learned different languages and stuff like that to talk to different people from all over the world. That's what this different episode of my life has been like, talking to different strangers, you know what I mean? About myself pretty much, and chatting with them about their life, because people want to talk to you about who they are and where they from and things of this nature. You learn about different parts of the world, you know what I'm saying? So and I keep wondering, like, wow, do I always have to be in crowds? Like, what the hell is it with crowds? But I noticed most recently when I went inside a building where crowds were, like, you know, I used to go to the nightclubs and shit like that, heavy as fuck, for many, many years of my life. That's what I did. I grew up, went to the clubs. At times when I was homeless, you went to the clubs. That's how you spent the night overnight, inside the club and shit, chilling. Sitting at one of the tables, them there nodding the fuck off, getting some rest. People think your ass drunk in that motherfucker, but you just sleeping. Then the next day you good when the morning come. You know, it was like $8 and shit, or whatever it was, $10, $20. The loud sound didn't really bother me because I love listening to music loud. But also, my homie was a DJ, you know what I'm saying? So we used to be at his crib and he used to always be just banging music fucking loud as shit all the time anyway. So that just was normal sound. So I wasn't like tweaking on the sound at that point in my life. But, you know, I was inside. They got a Starbucks in Chicago. It's like fucking huge, like one of the biggest in the world. And I was on the inside of that. I went real early in the morning too, so I wouldn't have to, you know, they have a line around that motherfucker every day. And I went early in the morning, and I'm in there like eating and shit, like walking around checking shit out. But just so many people up in that bitch. Imagine that, like fucking 8:41 in the morning. It's fucking crowded like a bitch. I mean, like, god damn, what the hell, man? It's like you can't even really sit. People standing all over your shoulder and shit. I couldn't really deal with that. I got the fuck out of that, just to keep it real. I ain't even been back up in that motherfucker since then. But, you know, when I'm on the street, when I'm outside in the street, the crowd don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? The more people, the merrier. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, just like hundreds and hundreds of people like streaming past you. But, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't even, it's so many people that you can't connect to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like that too, but very rare is it like that, but it do get like that at points. But I just noticed that a lot of my art, a lot of the art that I do has to do with crowds, a lot of people around, and I kind of like do it every single day. Like if I don't do it, I feel weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. So I'm going to where lots of people are. So when I'm in New York, I have to be in Times Square. Like that's just a normal part. Like I go other places and I pop up, but I'm like, I'm on my way to Times Square. Like I got to be there. I want to just be in that midst. And it ain't even like the big buildings and shit or the lights. It's just like, I don't even think it's the crowd. It's just like something about the vibe about seeing so much happening. Like it's like 10,000 activities happening like all at once. You know what I'm saying? Even more than that. So when I'm in Chicago, I want to still be back around that. And a lot of times I used to just walk through it. You know what I'm saying? But now selling my product to the tourists, it's like, man, droves of people. There's so many people, it's not even real. And then talking to them in their language or wherever they're from, getting to know them, or just sometimes you might just learn a word. You ask somebody, hey, how you say this? And then they'll say it. And then the next time you meet somebody, you say it to them. And then you just keep compounding words like that. And all the time, it's not easy because you can forget. You know what I'm saying? You forget a word, you forget a person, you forget what the money is called and all that shit. But then sometimes you can't remember it. I actually just downloaded that Google Translate. You know what I'm saying? So I could try to spit words in there and then have it ready. You know what I'm saying? When I'm ready, because you kind of know some of the basic stuff that you got to say over what people want to talk about. So, but that's that, man. Done talking about that. Crowds is just what I want to chat about today, man. Y'all have a great day out there. This your boy Hood Films, Hood the Filmmaker. This the podcast. Yo, I'm working on a movie is called Killer Rapper. I had some setbacks with my editing. You know, when I started editing years ago, I was on systems where you could put the entire movie in the film, in the editing program, all the footage. And so that's what I did. So even when I just shot my short film, which was called The Deceived, it's on my website, hoodfilms.com. You can check that out for free. I did the film and I did the editing. I put the whole film in there, but it was a HD video. So it was like I shot it with a camera that was just shot HD video, 1080p. So I edited the film, boom, done. It was over. So when I put this movie in here, which we shot with the Panasonic camera, and it's a 4K movie, I shot the whole thing in 4K. I dumped everything in the system. I edited that shit. I'm putting the effects on there. My whole fucking computer cracked down. Like, it smashed, it crashed. So I thought it was over. Everything was done. So I just decided I'm going to have to edit everything over. A few days ago, I clicked something, and it was one of the files. It was a file from the old edits saved on my C drive. It opened back up. All my edits were saved. I was like, oh shit, look, everything is in back. I don't have to start from scratch. Yes. So this film's going to be done even sooner. I started editing. Next morning, the whole computer wouldn't work no more. It crashed again. I said, what is happening? So I just deleted those files from the old edit and reinstalled the edit program, and then everything is back to normal. But now I got to start from scratch on my edit. This is something so I kept wondering, why is this happening? What is going on? And I thought about it. This is not the old editing system you were working on when you were going to school, getting your degrees and whatnot. This is a laptop. You can't put no whole fucking movie, an hour and a half long, 4K footage, even though we're using proxies through Adobe. Inside this system, it wouldn't work. It did work. I mean, I got like 97% done, and then time to get the movie off of there, the export part, it crashed on me. That's nerd talk. I know y'all don't understand none of that shit I'm talking about, but it's what happens when you edit movies. It's really uncomfortable. It hurts. It really like saddens you because you get so far along and then something happened to crash. My hard drive, which holds a lot of the information, crashed. It's the second time it crashed on me. So when it crashed, it means that the computer tells you, hey, if you want to use this hard drive, you got to reformat it, which means everything you have on there and put on there has to be deleted and start from scratch. Who wants to go through that? You know, so this is what you go through. It's equipment, it's technology. It's letting you know, hey, you need to upgrade this, you need to upgrade that, and that stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I still know how to do it. I still am an artist. I still know how to bring this to life. I'm starting from scratch to bring this thing again. What I know what to do now because I remember all my cuts from the last one before it went crashed on me. So that's what's going on in the Hood Films land, in the Hood Film production, and I'm putting this thing together. It's still going to be awesome. It's still going to be great, but I was so close to being done, and I had a crash. That happens. And again, y'all have a good day. Enough of this talk, man. Y'all have a good day. This your boy Hood Films. Thanks for listening to the podcast. I'll holler at y'all later.